going to start my pre-trip inspection by checking to make sure that the vehicle is not leaning from one side to the next. Or we're going to also look under it for leaks or anything hanging down that's not supposed to be there, and we look good there. We got 5 amber running lights on top, nothing cracked or broken. A amber strobe light up there, nothing cracked or broken. 2 highway horns, nothing cracked or broken. The windshield, not cracked or broken. 2 window wipers and window wiper blades, not cracked or broken. We have the hood, not cracked or broken. The grill, not cracked or broken. The front bumper, not cracked, broken, no illegal welds. 2 safety tow hooks here, not cracked, broken, no illegal welds. A license plate held on with nuts and bolts, not cracked or broken. A clear headlight here, not cracked or broken. 2 blinker / turn signals, not cracked or broken. The hood safety latch here, not cracked or broken. We got a clear headlight on this side, not cracked or broken. 2 blinker / turn signals over here, not cracked or broken. The hood latch over here, not cracked or broken. Inside the hood, we have the antifreeze reservoir, radiator fluid reservoir, not cracked, broken, or leaking. And we got a better, we can check the sight glass on the other side. We got a better view from the other side when we get over there. And then we got the window wiper motor here, not cracked or broken, no frayed wires. We got the window washer fluid reservoir, not cracked, broken, or leaking. We got the solenoids, not cracked, broken, no frayed wires. We got the fuse box, not cracked or broken. Back here behind the fuse box, we have 2 dipsticks. One's a transmission dipstick. You're going to check that with the engine on and idling and neutral. And then the oil, you're going to check the oil with the engine off. We have the power steering linkage there, not cracked, broken, no illegal welds. It's going to the gearbox. Wish it was a little brighter. Not cracked, broken, no leaking. On top of the gearbox, we have the power steering reservoir, not cracked, broken, or leaking. We have the air intake hose here, not cracked, broken, or leaking. We have the antifreeze hose there, the radiator hose there, not cracked, broken, or leaking. I can turn the fan here and see all the blades that they're not cracked or broken. We have a 1-inch serpentine belt in there. It's not cracked, broken, or no more than 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch of play, and it's turning the fan, which is externally cooling the engine, and it's turning the water pump, which is sending coolant through the engine, and it's turning the power steering pump, which makes it easier to steer, and it's turning the alternator, which is charging the battery and sending power to the truck. The air compressor is down here. It's not driven by the belt, it's gear driven. And right here we got our drag linkage that's connected to the pitman arm with a castle nut and a cotter pin. We're going to check that the leaf springs here are connected on both sides with brackets, nuts and bolts, and in the middle with U-bolts and nuts on the bottom. We're checking our shock absorber, not cracked or broken. Our brake hoses here, our brake lines, not cracked or broken or leaking. Our air brake chamber, not cracked, broken, or leaking. Our slack adjuster here, no more than 1 inch of play, and the push rod in it is not bent, broken, or cracked, and it's held together with a cotter pin. We're gonna check our tire on both sides for bumps or bruises. We're gonna check our drums and linings and make sure that we have at least a 1/4 inch of pad. We're gonna check the rim on both sides for any bends or breaks or illegal welds. We're gonna check our tire pressure with a tire thumper or tire gauge. We're gonna check the lug nuts for any signs of shininess or rustiness, which could indicate looseness. We're gonna check our hub, not broke, not cracked, not leaking. Gonna hit it off. Then over here we got 2 safety steps, not cracked, not broke, no illegal welds. We got a metal gas tank here, not cracked, not broke, not leaking. We have that, and it's held on with 2 metal straps, not cracked, not broke. And the gas tank has got, the gas cap has got a rubber seal, a rubber gasket in the top that prevents leakage. And we have the mirror bracket that's held on with nuts and bolts, not broke, not cracked, and it's got the mirrors on it. The mirrors are not broke, not cracked, no illegal stickers. We got the door handle here, it's working properly, not broke, not cracked. We have the safety handle here held on with nuts and bolts, not broke, not cracked, no illegal welds. We gotta check, we gotta lift the door up to make sure that the hinges are not sagging, not broken, not cracked. We got a safety handle inside here held on with nuts and bolts, not broke, not cracked. We're gonna make sure that the window goes up and down and has no breaks, no cracks, no illegal stickers. The interior door handle is working properly. We have a weather strip here, not broke, not cracked. Make sure that the seat is bolted down, not broke, not cracked. The seat belt is bolted down, not cut, not frayed, not torn. Good. And then no. And then down here under the truck we got a governor, not broke, not cracked, not leaking. It's got hydraulic hoses coming off of it, not broke, not cracked, not leaking. We got 2 safety steps here, not broke, not cracked, not leaking. We got the hydraulic fluid reservoir under here, not broke, not cracked, not leaking, filled to the proper operating level. We got DOT tape here. We got a safety step here / catwalk, not broke, not cracked. We got the runner board here held on with nuts and bolts, not broke, not cracked, not and up here we got a flasher strobe light, not broke, not cracked. And then now down here under the tire, behind the tire, we got to look for check the drag link, the drag arm, not broke, not cracked. We got to check the leaf springs, that they're held on with nuts and bolts, or in the front, in the back with brackets, nuts and bolts, and in the middle with U-bolts and nuts on the bottom. We're going to check our slack adjusters for no more than 1/4 inch of one inch of wear, or 1 inch of play, and that the push rod inside is not bent and broken and it's held on with a cotter pin. We got to check our air brake chamber, not broke, not cracked. We got to check our drums and linings for at least, make sure we have at least 1 inch of or 1/4 inch of pad. We got to check both sides of the rims for any bends, breaks, or illegal welds. We got to check both sides of all the tires for bumps or bruises. We got to check the back tires for at least 2 32 inch of tire tread. And if I didn't say it in the front, it's 4 32 inch of tire tread in the front. We got to check in between the duals to make sure that there's no debris that can fly out when you're driving that could damage your vehicle or somebody else's. We got to check the spacers in between the duals. We got to check the mud flaps, that they're not more than 6 inches off the ground. And we have the rear fender here that's held on with nuts and bolts, it's not cracked, not broke. We have a side runner light here, not cracked, not broke. And we got the three lights here in the back. We got a flasher on top, not cracked, not broke. Turn signal / brake / tail light, not cracked, not broke. And then the reverse light, not cracked, not broke. And we got 5 runner lights here across the back, not cracked, not broke, red runner lights. And then on the bottom we got 2 additional brake lights with clear reverse inserts inside of them, not broke, not cracked. We got a back tailgate here with DOT tape on it, not cracked, not broke, no illegal welds. It's held on with a pin and a cotter pin. We got a safety chain here, not cracked, not broke, no illegal welds. And we got the mounting plate here, not broke, not cracked, no illegal welds. We have the 2 D-rings here, not broke, not cracked, no illegal welds. The safety chains, not broke, not cracked, no illegal welds. We have the panel hitch, not broke, not cracked. It's held on with nuts and bolts, no illegal welds. And we have the panel hook on the trailer itself that's held on with nuts and bolts, no illegal welds. The trailer should be plugged in. Right here, it's a 9-pin trailer hookup, and it's providing power to the brake lights and the brake to the trailer lights and the trailer brakes. And we're going to check the trailer tongue, not broke, not cracked, no illegal welds. We're going to check the landing gear, not broke, not cracked, no illegal welds. The storage compartment here, not broke, not cracked, no illegal welds. Here on top we got the landing gear, or we got the header board, not the landing gear. Not broke, not cracked, no illegal welds. We have two amber running lights right here, not cracked, not broke. We have a D-ring here with the safety tie-down chain, not cracked, not broke. We have DOT tape on the side here. The boards on the deck are held on with nuts and bolts to the cross members that go underneath. We have a safety step here, not cracked, not broke, no illegal welds. We have another additional side runner light there, not cracked, not broke, and some more DOT tape. Another D-ring, not cracked, not broke, no illegal welds. Same thing down here on this dual. We got to check the torque arm. We got to check the drums and linings, and that it's at least got a 1/4 inch of pad. We got to check the slack adjuster for no more than 1 inch of wear, or 1 inch of play, and that the push rod is not bent, broken, or cracked, and has is held together with the cotter pin. We got to check the air brake chamber, not broke, not cracked, not leaking. We got to check in between the duals for any debris that could be stuck in between the tires that could fly out and cause damage to our vehicle or somebody else's. We got to check the tire tread for at least 2 32/2 of an inch. We got to check the tire walls for any bumps, bruises, or abrasions. We got to check both sides of all the rims for any bends, cracks, or breaks, or illegal welds. We're going to check the tire pressure with the tire thumper or tire gauge. We're going to check the lug nuts for any rustiness or shininess, which could indicate looseness. We're going to check the hub for any not broke, not cracked, not leaking. We're going to check the leaf springs in the front and the back and make sure that it's held on with nuts and bolts and brackets, nuts and bolts, and in the middle with U-bolts and nuts underneath. Same thing down here. Check the leaf springs in the front and the back. Make sure it's held on with brackets, nuts and bolts, and U-bolts in the middle with nuts on the bottom. We're going to check our slack adjuster for no more than 1 inch of play, and that the push rod inside the slack adjuster is not bent, broken, or cracked, and it's held on with the cotter pin. We're going to check the air brake chamber, not broke, not cracked. We're going to check in between the duals to make sure that there's no debris in there that can fly out and damage your vehicle or somebody else's. We're going to check the spacers in between the duals. We're going to check the drums and linings, make sure that we got at least a 1/4 inch of pad. We're going to check the tires on both sides for any bumps, bruises, abrasions. We're going to check to make sure we at least got 2 32/2 inch of tire tread. We're going to check the rims on each side for any breaks or bends or illegal welds. We're going to check the lug nuts for any rustiness or shininess, which could indicate looseness. We're going to check to make sure that the hub is not bent, broken, or leaking. We're going to check the tire pressure with a tire thumper or tire gauge. We're going to check to make sure that the mud flap is not more than 6 inches off the ground. We got DOT tape here on this side. We got another D-ring here with the safety chain, not bent, not broke, no illegal welds. Some more DOT tape back here. A side runner light here, not broke, not cracked. We got the back ramps, not broke, not cracked. We got 4 brake lights / turn signals / runner lights, not broke, not cracked. We got a license plate light, not broke, not cracked. We got more DOT tape in the back. We got a license plate held on with nuts and bolts, not broke, not cracked. This side is the same as that side. Would you like me to redo it, sir? Yes or no? If he says yes, we got to redo it. If not, then we come all the way up to the tongue, because you can't see the tongue from that side, and you got to inspect this side of the tongue again. So checking this tongue, this side of the tongue here. No cracks, no breaks, no illegal welds. Another thing you can't see is the breakaway, the emergency breakaway cable. It's not broke, not cracked, not frayed. Okay, then we got the emergency battery box, or the battery backup box here. Not broke, not cracked. And we gotta inspect the safety chain on this side because you can't see it from that side. Not cracked, not broke, no illegal welds. Everything on this side of the truck is the same as that side of the truck, except for there's some things under that I'm gonna point out. And this one has got a license plate in the back here, and it's held on with nuts and bolts. Not cracked, not broke. So under the truck here, I'm gonna check the frame to make sure that there's no not broke, not cracked, no illegal welds. We got the air bleed off cables, not broke, not frayed. We got a better look at the yoke and the drive shaft. Not cracked, not broke, no illegal welds. We're gonna check our exhaust, that it's held on with 2 metal straps that are not cracked and not broke, and that our exhaust is not leaking. It doesn't have any black soot that could indicate leaking, which could be harmful to the driver. We're going to do the same thing for the exhaust pipe itself. Not cracked, not broke, no illegal welds, no black soot, which could indicate leaking, which would be harmful for the driver. Then we have a safety shield, or a heat shield held on with nuts and bolts, along with the safety handle held on with nuts and bolts. Not cracked, not broke. We have two safety steps. Not cracked, not broke, no illegal welds. Underneath the top safety steps is the battery box. We're going to check our batteries for not cracked, not broke, not leaking, no frayed wires, no melted wires, no damage. We're going to check our mirror bracket on this side, that's held on with nuts and bolts. And the mirrors itself, not cracked, not broken, no illegal stickers. Our door handle on the passenger side, good operating condition, not cracked, not broken. We're going to lift it up, check the hinges, not cracked, not broken, not sagging. The interior door handle here, held on with nuts and bolts, not cracked, not broken. We got the door handle working, and the windows, these 2 windows here have not cracked, not broken, no illegal stickers. The interior door handle is working properly. We have not cracked, not broken. We have the weather strip in here on the passenger side, not cracked, not broken. The passenger seat is held on with nuts and bolts, not cracked, not broken. The passenger seat belt is held on with nuts and bolts, not frayed, not torn, not ripped. And now under the hood on this side, I got a better look at the radiator fluid reservoir, which I can see that it's filled to the proper operating level from here. And here is the blower motor, not cracked, not broken, no frayed wires. We got the air inlet over here, not cracked, not broken. Some more air hoses over here, not cracked, not broken. I specified the alternator and the belts and the fan blades and everything, the water pump, everything from the other side, so we're good there. And now we're ready to do our light test. So I'm going to close this hood. Latch this hood up. First thing you want to do is get in and hit that emergency brake button in so you don't forget. Now I'm gonna turn the key on, but not on. Okay. So, headlights, left turn signal, right turn signal, 4-ways, runners. Left turn signal, right turn signal, 4-ways, brakes. Okay, that's the light test. Now we're gonna wait for the instructor to get in. And now I'm gonna put my seatbelt on.
Boom.
And I gotta hear it click, and I'm gonna ask the instructor to put his seatbelt on.
Click.
And we heard it click. So, first thing, I'm gonna start the vehicle up and let it build up to operating level, so we can continue our test.
Shut that off, and then we'll start it back up. So go ahead and give it some juice. We'll get up to 60 psi.
Good for the test, right? Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is the safety ignition switch test. By putting the vehicle in drive, I should not be able to start the vehicle. And I'm turning the key and it's not starting, so that works. And now, with my feet on the floor, I should not lose more than 2 psi per minute. Would you like to time me?
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Now, with my feet on the brake, I should not lose more than 3 psi per minute. Would you like to time me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Now I'm going to fan my brakes, and in between 60 and 80 psi, my emergency brake light, buzzer should come on, and the light should come on, indicating that I have low pressure. And it did. I'm going to continue fanning my brakes, and in between 20 and 40 psi, the emergency brakes should pop out. And it just did. So now I'm gonna start the vehicle back up and let it build back up to proper operating level, which is between 100 and 125 psi. And when it does that, we will hear the governor pop. And while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna continue to inspect the inside of the truck. So we have 2 visors here, not cracked, not broken. We have the windshield, not cracked, not broken, no illegal stickers. We have the window wipers, not cracked, not broken, they're working, and the fluid is working. We have the mirrors that are adjusted to me so I can see out of them. We have the interior turn signals that are working, the left, the right, the 4-ways, and the brights. We're going to check our highway horn and our city horn, and we're going to check our gauges that our oil pressure is up to proper operating level, our water temperature is climbing up to proper operating level, our transmission temperature is climbing to proper operating level, we have a full tank of gas, and the air pressure is also climbing to operating level where it should be. Now, the battery is reading 1324 volts, and it needs to be in between 12 and 14 volts, so we're good there. We're going to check that our defroster heat is working, and it is, and then also that the floor is working, and it is. We're gonna check our overhead dome light here, not cracked, not broken. I have 2 windows in the back, not cracked, not broken, no illegal stickers. I have a fire extinguisher down here that is fully charged. I have also 3 reflective triangles down here. I'm gonna make sure. And then in the ashtray here, I have emergency fuses. And we just heard the governor pop. So now I'm gonna proceed with my brake test by leaving the emergency brake pulled out and putting it in gear and giving it a little gas to make sure that the vehicle does not move. So there it's in gear, not moving. And now I'm gonna pull up a little bit to check my service brakes to make sure that the vehicle stops. And we stopped. Now I'm gonna pull up a little more and I'm gonna test my trailer brakes to make sure that the trailer brakes stop. And it works. Put the vehicle back in neutral, put the emergency brake on, lights off, key off. I have completed my pre-trip inspection and my brake test.
How many minutes did you say?